What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, ReductionAgency.com. 23, almost 24 years selling full-time on eBay. We're about a month away from it being 24 years full-time selling on eBay. Well, it's Monday morning. It's been a good weekend. Pretty good weekend overall. Actually, it's been a pretty good month, the first weekend, I believe. So we're going to check the numbers, see what's going on there. We'll look at some of the sold stuff. We should be over $800 average per day, if not over $850. So it's been pretty good week this month. We're almost 1 month in of me using List Easier to list, and honestly, I haven't put a lot of time in, not as much time into it as I want to. Mainly because, it's beta testing. They're getting everything working properly. So when I do items, I do them small. I do like 6, 10, 12 at a 6, 9, or 12 at a time, just so I don't lose anything. Because if they're working on the back end, I could lose a whole batch, and then I'd have to do them over again. So I work in little things, and when I do that, less likely to stand here and go full bore, because then I've got to do the upload, and then when I get distracted, and then I go do this, and then I come back, and so it's very like if I could sit here and do 100 at a time right now, I would get more done. On the days where I did hit 300 to 500 items listed that day, it's because I took that chance. I'm like, I'm doing it. And I just went through and did it all right there. Because doing the media, it takes me a little bit longer because I need to comp it and I need to make sure it's not in my store. Whereas over the weekend, I listed photographs. If you watch my videos enough, I collect a lot of old photographs from years gone by. So, and I had listed some in the past. So I'm like, I'm going to list this stack of old photos. And the first day I've listed like 173 in one shot. And then yesterday I tacked on maybe another 50 or so. So that was quicker because I knew they weren't in the store. I was just going to put them in at one price, $9.99. So I was able to take the pictures of the pictures, get them listed, 173 in probably like 15 minutes total of doing that. So that's the beauty of it. So with CDs and cassettes, I've got so many in my store already, I have to check to make sure they're not there. But if I were to get into, say, a new subject like postcards, I never did postcards, and I probably won't. I think I've bought one lot of postcards in my 24 years from a yard sale from a collector. But if I ever stumble across them, of course, I'm going to buy them cheap. But something like that I know I don't have in the store, I can knock them out super quick because I don't have to check to make sure they're there. So that's one of the positive things about it. So for me, it takes a little bit longer. But also with the distractions and then with the, beta testing and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get to the point where I'm doing 500 plus a day, on it. But since I started, what happened to my internet connection on my train video? But anyway, since I started, it's been almost a month. I think we're 3 days shy from a month. And I've grown the store 2,500 items, 2,530 to be exact. So that means I've listed 2,500 items plus everything that has sold. So that number of items have been listed with List Easier. Where I was only building the store 800 to 1,000 items a month. So to do 2,500, that's 2.5 times to 3 times more than what I was doing. So, and that ain't even going full into it. I don't know what just happened with over this video. Now it just dropped the quality. But yeah, so excited about what's to come. What's to come. So today I'll be working probably on more CDs, and I'll probably do some hats today also. So, because I got a bunch of hats waiting for me now. So let's take a look at numbers. I think yesterday was the lowest day total. Yeah, because ever since Wednesday, I've been going downhill on the clothing store. And then today's even worse. We're going on 11 a.m. and I've only done $31 over here. So it looks like we're getting ready to go on to another step down on this clothing store, which I'm not happy about that. The last few nights, there's actually even been a shutdown overnight where I've had a big number of hours with nothing coming through, but they've been rebounding pretty good during the day. So, and how much is it with this constant, listing of a decent amount of items, so, how much is that going into effect? It's not affecting the clothing store right now because most of the attention is being put on the media store. Let's look what sold for the week and what we did, because I'm curious. All right, so for the week in the clothing store, $2,668, and that's up 25%, so that's good to see. Selling costs are still going to be a little bit high right now because it has the $300 that was taken out about 4 days ago or 5 days ago. So that's still going to include that. So that'll average down more as the month goes on. 144 items sold over here, up 21%. Average sale price per item, $18.53. That's up 3.7%. Top 5 items for the week. Coming in at number 5 is men's athletic shoes at $112. Women's hats at number 4, $149. Major League Baseball at number 3 at $163. Men's t-shirts number 2 at $270. And number 1, of course, making it over $1,000. Men's hats, $1,049. And I'm glad to see that that's over $1,000. I haven't put much effort into the store. I think for this week I might have listed some hats. So, and that's probably about it. So it's good to see that number jumping up. It felt like this week, even though there was some shutdown overnight, it seemed like everything was working properly. And it's harder for me to see what's not working properly, though, because using List Easier, I'm not on eBay unless I'm checking comps and checking my store. And the search is still horrendous on eBay. But other than that, I haven't had any issues taking offers or anything like that. So I don't know what's going on with this internet connection over here. I gotta see if it's the same as this. I got two internet. I got AT&T, which sucks ass, and then I got Charter Spectrum. So I got to see if that's on the AT&T one. Always I have a backup. Plus, then the boys use AT&T one for their gaming and stuff, and I use Spectrum for business. All right, let's go over to the media store. Now, I put up mostly CDs. I put up a little bit of cassettes and maybe 5 DVDs with List Easier. I put up over 200 photographs. I've used it to title some jackets. So I do have a stack of t-shirts growing, so I may use it to see if I can title some t-shirts and see how it works. I did see on the beta program some other categories pop in one day, clothing and things like that, but then they vanish. So it looks like they're working on getting those categories into the program. So hopefully they'll have it together soon for everyone to use, and so that they can start making money on it, because I'm sure they're money deep into this project, right? So I'd like to see them start getting a return on it for all their hard work they're putting into it. So make sure you do support it. Check it out. It's going to be, very cost prohibited, if that's the word. It's going to be very reseller friendly. Very reseller friendly, from the cost to the actual how it's laid out, if you watch my videos, and how it works. So let's see if there's any international this weekend. I feel like there was none. 3312. No. That's weird. I've noticed that as a little trend at the beginning of every month. Even though my items populate onto the international eBay sites at the first and the second of the month, that the first week I don't seem like I get any sales. All right, so $3,312.30. That's up 2.6%. So it would be nice to see a bigger up over here, but hey, as long as we're still going up, I ain't gonna complain. 304 items sold, that's up 18.3%. Average price per item, $10.90, that's down 13%. Total number of buyers, though, was only 211, so that shows you about what 100 items were bought in lots. So that's good to see. My repeat buyers seem extremely low lately. Which is not good, but anyway. Top 5 for the week. We got action figures coming in at number 5 at $109, up 278%. That must have dropped off last week, right? And then came back, maybe. Number 4, video games, $167. That's up 63%. Vinyl records coming in at number 3, $283, down 25%. That's what I might work on today. I might work on some vinyl today. Number 2, some of the listings I've done this week, music cassettes, $670, up 26%. So that's good to see there. And number 1, of course, music CDs, $1,570, but that's down 1.6%. So I don't like the fact that that's down, and that's what I'm listing the majority of. When I was downstairs organizing this weekend, because what I do is when I list on List Easier, since I can list quick, I put them in temporary boxes. So they're titled J's, are my temporary numbers. Like this cassette box here is J57, and then one side's A, one side's B. So then I can take them downstairs, and once a week I'm going to list them I'm going to convert them into their own spot. So I'll do a SKU search, J57A. I'll pull those out, fit them in a drawer, change the SKU location. So that's all that is. But while doing that, I found a whole row of items not listed. Go figure. And then on another one, I found like it was DVDs and CDs, and all the CDs were not listed. Like they just vanished, were taken down for some reason. These were sealed classical CDs. So it's nothing that I would just take down because over time they didn't sell or anything like that. And there was some of them had duplicates and things like that. So where did these CDs vanish to over the years? How long they've been up, I don't even remember. So how long they've been down off of eBay, who knows? So just the amount of items that I have probably taking up shelf space, taking up box spaces, that's just not listed on eBay is probably pretty crazy. So as I organize, I try to find a little bit of that stuff too. I don't go too deep into it yet, just because, at least not on the first Saturday, because I wanted to get as much done as I could because I was backed up from almost a month of temporary boxes, right? So if I do it every week, I'll have more time to actually put into finding things that are just not listed anymore and pull them out and get them back into the rotation to get them listed. So let's see what's been selling on the clothing store. Alrighty. Of course, we're going to have the normal suspects, but see if anything stands out. And obviously, like you know, I love selling stuff that most resellers will not grab. Jan and Adrian did go to the bins yesterday. I'm like, just go, have fun. And they found some good shoes. They found a lot of Converse. Like one has flowers embroidered on them. One says freedom down the back, and it's like blue leather. There's a nice lot selling. One has the Campbell Soup print on them. They found a pair of boxing sneakers, high top shoes. So they did pretty well on the shoe game over at the bins yesterday. And then Adrian found some good jackets and t-shirts. And then a little bit of media. So try to get that stuff listed. I already got the CDs listed. Yep, all the CDs are listed. All right, Skechers, Torrey Pines, Golf Club, Purino, March to the Arch, Missouri Kettleman's, Long Shot Saloon. Here's a little tip for everybody out there who may be just starting in reselling. If you ever get a buyer who sends an offer and they put a note with the offer saying things like, I will wear this with pride, aka this university shirt, they state, we'll pay immediately, or any other goofy little statement like that, other than, hey, I've been looking for this forever because my dad used to own it, something like that. Not counting those. Any goofy little statement, 9 times out of 10, they will not pay for the item. Why people do this makes no sense to me. You take the time to send the offer, you take the time to put in a note, and then you never pay for the item. People are strange. Maybe I need to make a shirt. Would you guys buy a shirt if I made a shirt that said people are strange? I got to come up with some nice shirt ideas. Everybody's got merch, right? I don't have merch, and the merch I do have is all generic crap. I need to come up with some good merch. I just never put time into it. Oh, there goes the tornado sirens. First Monday of the month, 11 o'clock on the dot. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Corona, Doublehead Resort, National Guard. Oh, the Puma sold. I don't even remember them selling. Apparently, I took an offer on them. Cousin Rose's watch. Or when you send offers, I wonder if that happens too. Like if you send a 10% offer to watch her, does it pop up like that? I never paid attention. I guess it probably does. Maybe that's why I don't remember it. Maybe it was an offer to watch her. I'm not sure. Some Brooks. little, little stress ball dare police car. Got a vintage Voltron Lion. It's very easy to look past this stuff, right? At least for me. Like when I go through, I'm looking for these oddballs that stick out because I sell so much of these just generic hats. So I try to, as I did in this video here, the items that most resellers won't buy, I try to make sure I highlight them because for me it's just such an obvious thing, but for you guys it may not be. Nice ASIC jacket. Let me do the divide. Divide by 7. $854 per day is what we made. So we were up over 850, so that's good. Not quite where I want to be, but we're still working to get there. You know, in this new day of eBay. The new day of eBay maintenance. I guess after 5 years of the same thing, you have to really just start, saying that's the way it is. Let's find a way to around it. And AI is giving us, and I've talked about this prior, and then I heard Josh talk about it the other day too. Josh Galt, make sure you're following him if you're not. And that is, this is finally something for resellers. All for the past 5 years, everything's just been taken from us. Raises on postage twice a year, eBay fees, eBay promoted this. Oh, now we're going to take some of the tax money. Now we're going to take a percentage of your tax money and the shipping money. Oh, and then in the future, guess what? We're going to be taking everything. Even if they don't buy it and somebody else does, we're still going to take a percentage of that. So for 5 years, we've been beaten down. Things taken from us. Constantly. I'm going to make some music so my thing don't turn off. 5 years of just take, and we just had to take it in the butt, right? I mean, it's one thing if you enjoy taking it in the butt. I mean, if that's your thing, whatever. It's not really my thing. But, so I don't like taking it in the butt. So when eBay and the post office gives it to me in the butt, I'm not happy about it. But hey, if you are happy about taking it in the butt, then be you. That's all I'm saying. Well, for me, I like the fact that us resellers have a little bit coming back to us now. We have a little tool in our arsenal to say, you know what? Let's go. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to freaking pound this stuff. Ooh, James, don't talk about butt and pounding in the same sentence. Come on now. Be professional. You're a professional reseller on YouTube. You cannot talk about butt stuff and pounding in the same sentence. Pardon me for my unprofessionalism. Is that a word? Unprofessionalism. I don't know. Anyway, so the fact, just the thought alone that we have a tool to fight back with, it just changes your mindset because you can just focus down and go. And you're gonna, a lot of this stuff is put up via that. This item was. This item may have been, don't remember. This item was, this item's been sitting in the store for years, probably about 8+ years on that one. Tell by the background. This one was put up with AI. This one was. This one was. I can tell because of the way the title's laid out. Like on the cassettes, it has all this extra stuff, which I like. And then the CDs have this little dash. I never used to put the dash in there. And then it'll have CD and a date. This one. And I type Record Club version at the end of it. Again here. Again here. This one I just put up yesterday. And again. Some Pine Derby scout patches. Again. Oh, and more. And more, and more. And more, and more. And more. So yeah, so much stuff recently listed that's selling. It's a beautiful find. These I just put up yesterday. Already sold. Excuse me. That one. One of the pictures I put up. So this is how List Easier titled the. If I said easy lister at any point, forgive me. I've had 2 days of me just turning everything around. Nothing's coming out properly. It's List Easier, so link is below. So for some reason, just it's like certain days, like that dyslexia thing just is like so dominant. But anyway, so black and white portrait photograph of nun in habitat with handwritten note on the back from 1936. So that's, I kind of just spot checked the 200 plus photos I put up. I spot checked maybe 50 of them. I'm like, okay, I'm good with this, and just hit submit on them. So I trusted them to pull out the proper wording. Here's another one from 1929, a black and white photograph of McLean Inn, Roseville, Michigan, with trees. So yeah, I feel it's fun again. Reselling for me, it's always been fun. I've always enjoyed it. How about that? I've always enjoyed it. But at the very beginning, probably the first 8 years, I loved it. I was buying out these businesses, stocking up an inventory, was listing till 2 in the morning, whatever just enjoying the hell out of it. And then over the years, especially the last five, I beat myself up because eBay beat me up. That's why eBay's with their maintenance and stuff and their promotions, and they beat us sellers up, so I beat myself up. And I still enjoyed it, but it sucked a lot of the fun out of it. And like all these I just put up recently with the List Easier. And being able to just list so quick has just put the fun back into it again. Like I said, I can if I have a day where I've got so much going on that it's not till 4 o'clock I start listing, I still know I can list 100 items that day easily. And just having that freedom is life changing, because I feel it again. I feel that fun excitement. Somebody came in and even bought a lot of Reba McEntire from me. Spam. Yeah, just a cassette selling. Cassettes only, discs only. I even sold a print ad, which I got a box of those to get up. I test List Easier on those and see what it comes up with. Cassettes and CD. $37 cassettes, always good. Even a trading card sold. Promo flat. Another CD that's been in the store for 8+ years. A John Deere spoon. That was picked up at the vent bins and pulled out of storage recently. Another item, 8+ years. Let me see if I can get this Alice Cooper toy. Let me see if I can do how I can do this. Let's come over here. We'll go into here. I don't think I can do more than one category, but let's just do that. No, I can't. So we'll go 2020 and prior. Sold. Click it again. So 2020 prior. So 86 items in the last 90 days. So that's almost one a day. That's still selling from stuff listed 5+ years ago. Let's go with 21. 21, 204. So that's over 2 a day. How's this one in here when I know this one's older? Because the background. Somehow I got into this one. Same here. I know I wasn't using that background in 21 because I had this set up in 21. When I had this set up, I definitely did not have that set up. So, somehow they got put into the wrong folder. Another one too. Because when I was doing it like this, there was no reason to do it like that. And another one. Odd. Oh, well, that's an album. That one could be because that's leaning up against it. Okay. Yeah, that one's the vinyl, so okay. But here, that checkered background, that's more than 4 years old. And then 22, 411. So that's what? 90, 180. 3/6 over 4 a day. If my quick math is correct. But you see where I'm going with this? Like, if you want to do volume and long term and you have the room or whatever. So 4, 5, 6, 7 items a day for items listed in 22 back. 7 items a day. So let's go with 23 now. 325, so a little bit less there. So less than 4 a day. But if you just round it up and say 10 items a day for, 24 was just last year. So say almost 10 items a day for everything listed 3 years, and that'd be 2 years. 2 years and older. And that's just this store. That's not even counting my other store. So, because a lot of that stuff, I don't have it separated like this, but a lot of that stuff with the hats and stuff. Can you say stuff anymore, James? The hats, mostly. A lot of those hats I started 5+ years ago. So, a lot of those hats have been in the store since then. So, this is just one store. So you could probably say just say, to play it safe, 12 to 13 items a day, over a month's time. Whoops. James, I know you can do this math in your head. I know. So almost 400 items a month. Like if you just got rid of that stuff or priced it out, decided to end it, whatever the case may be, that's 400 items a month, that even if it was only $10 an item average, it's almost $4,000 a month you're just letting go by the wayside. So it's $4,000 a month times a year, almost $47,000 in 1 year is what I would be throwing away if I only played it's been up for over a year, over 2 years, let me just get rid of it. I'd be throwing away $47,000 a year. So I'm just giving you numbers to think about, and reasons why I do what I do the way I do. So that's a big number. Just that alone is more than double what I made when I was working for somebody. So to be able just to sit back and collect that on stuff on work I did 3+ years ago. Okay. I take that. That's a win-win in my book. But that's just me, You do you. I just give you the information and for you to make decisions that is best for yourself. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, yo. All right, that's enough for me. I'm getting to work finally. So thanks everybody for hanging out. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.